Hello, my name is Milen and I'm a personal stylist, and today we're talking about my favorite topic ever. I say that a lot, but this is true. I love fall. I love everything about fall. I was born in the fall. I'm in the autumn season. My coloring's in the autumn season. And most of all, the clothing. I could wear fall clothing all year round if it was acceptable. And I live in Canada where we have all 4 seasons, and I try to just soak up the fall when it comes by. And so I created an entire fall series just because I love it so much. And today we're talking about all the fall outfits for every single body type. This is part 1 of 2. So part 2 will come in a few days after this one. I already started the series and I have my playlist up here. It's got what colors to wear if you are outside of the autumn season. If your color season is not autumn and you don't know what colors to wear, I got you. All right, so let's dive into fall outfits for every body type. For dramatics. Now, you look sensational in a turtleneck. Keep it narrow, keep it light rib knits, and keep it sharp. You don't want too much slouchiness, but oversized looks good as long as it keeps its structure. So sweaters that are oversized, but a little bit of structure there. Those vest tops that are really in right now, they're kind of structured vests. If you want to wear that with maybe one that's the same color as the vest, that would look really great because it's a monochromatic look. And it's sculpted enough, it's fitted, it's structured, yes. Long cardigans, but with minimal shaping, just straight and long and narrow. Maybe a little oversized, but as long as it's not too like slouchy and relaxed, that looks so good on dramatics. Big oversized shirts would look really cool. Something a bit more crisp in the material of the shirt is kind of key. Keep your pants long and high-waisted to keep that length going. So high-waisted jeans or high-waisted, suit pants would look so good if they're straight and narrow with some boots. So normally I would avoid like a mini skirt, or not avoid, but I just wouldn't recommend it as like a great line on a dramatic because it cuts their line. But what I think looks really good on dramatics is when they do an entire monochromatic look with a mini skirt. So their boots, their tights, their skirt, and their turtleneck, let's say, or their sweater are all one color. And then you've got that monochromatic look and it actually looks really cool on dramatic. So for skirts then, long straight skirts that are narrow and structured look amazing. You can have those with like a sweater or some boots. Some sharp shoulder long dresses. Think a little thicker material when it comes to the fall so that you're not cold, depending on where you live. I mean, here you want it to be thicker because it does get colder eventually. Today it's really hot out and I decided to film this, but I was too excited and I don't care. I'm wearing a sweater. Long sweater dresses, but that aren't too bulky and not too relaxed. They have a little bit of their shape and just straight and narrow. Super tailored jackets and coats, so longer the better, like a sharp, trench pea coat thing, yes. For jackets, if you want to go shorter, just keep them oversized and boxy. For soft dramatics, wrap, like wrap dresses, wrap sweaters, wrap tops. Hug those curves. Hug them. You don't want anything too bulky, you do want it lightweight, just so that we can see that softness. Off the shoulder sweaters would look really good, but again, this is to your own discretion. Not every single soft dramatic looks good with this. It depends on your proportions, like how big your bust is and if that feels comfortable or not. A long like wrap cardigan with a belt, because waist definition is so important here. Maybe a rolled collar would look really nice. You can have a little bit of sharpness, just not too much. Straight or flared jeans that hug those curves. You can do a little bit of, a flare because it kind of mimics the curves. add a heeled boot, you're just embracing that height. You just don't want anything oversized when it comes to the pants. You want them tight fitting. So midi skirts would look really great with a little bit of flow and maybe a slit down it with some high, you know, high top boots, not high top boots, but boots that go up your calves. So that would look really good. A fitted sweater dress, maybe it's wrapped or not, but it has to be defined in the waist. It has to. Wrap jackets and coats, but with like a rolled collar. The jackets and the coats can have a little bit of structure. It's just more about the material that you're using and no, you know, extreme sharpness anywhere. It's just a little bit of structure, but with soft materials. You want like an openness a bit more than like straightness everywhere. Flamboyant naturals. Now you're a natural, so embrace that knit. Embrace sweaters because you look so good in sweaters. So good. So chunky, heavier knit sweaters is perfection on you. Does not need to have structure. In fact, the more relaxed, the more slouch, the better. Oversized sweaters, shirt, you know, dresses would look really good, but nothing, doesn't need a tie. It just needs to be relaxed and cool. Bell sleeve shirts would look really good. Like a longer bell sleeve shirt would look so good on a flamboyant natural. A maxi skirt for your height with a slit, with that asymmetry, with like a really relaxed top, sweater, whatever. So cool. Relaxed and kind of like flowy, unconstructed pants, or high-waisted jeans that are quite flared. Like you can kind of think 70s vibe. Because that wide leg is honoring the width in your body, it's kind of mimicking it on the bottom a little bit. But it's not curve huggy wide. Oversized suit pants with like a really relaxed top would look really cool. There's nothing too tailored. And lastly, an oversized coat, jacket, just relax it. Don't worry about that waist. You got it. Naturals. Now very similar to the flamboyant naturals, it's just in a smaller version a little bit, and just a tad bit more tailored than the overly relaxed flamboyant naturals. So you still want that openness in your tops, that slouchiness a little bit, that relaxed, I should say. So slightly oversized shirts also look really good on you. Sweaters, you're a natural, so go to town with those heavy, chunky knits, slouchiness, just drink it up. It would look really cool in cord, like culotte pants. I just think that lends itself so well. It has a little bit of that structure, that natural element to it, and that A-line kind of shape to it with a high waist. So cool. With some boots, yes. Long jeans that are straight cuts or like boot cut would look really great. Depending on your proportions, you may not want to go way too high-waisted. Just play with it, play with it. A straight jean, like midi skirt would look so cool on a natural in the fall. With some boots, maybe an oversized shirt, yes. A drop waist dress would look really great. I know those are kind of in right now, like that silhouette. So embrace it because it was made for you. It is literally made for you, go for it. Again, shirt dresses, all naturals will look good in this. It's just how you do it. So a little bit of structure, but also some relaxed vibe to it. Shirt jackets, or shackets as we often call them, or anything that is relaxed and a bit oversized, like a leather jacket would look really good. It could be a little bit more fitted if you want, depending on the type of natural that you are, but a pure natural will look good with just a little bit of tailored leather jacket. Just not overly structured, like a dramatic. And lastly, soft naturals. So it's pretty much all the things I said about all the other naturals, but with waist definition and more flow. A little bit more feminine, a little bit more romantic edge. So you want lightweight and open sweaters and cardigans. Like, let those shoulders breathe, please. A wrap cardigan, same as soft dramatics, but you can go in a thicker knit. You can go a little bit more relaxed with it, not as like super huggy tug to the curves. If you're gonna do chunky, sweaters and knits and things, don't forget to French tuck or to create a waist somehow. Always create a waist. A soft peplum top. Now this is not like a true peplum, hardcore. It's just like an ever so slight, like kind of almost a wrap top, peplum top. And it just sits over where your waist would be, so that if you don't have something that is creating a waist with your pants, it's another way to create a waist, essentially. Curve hugging jeans or paper bag pant shapes that kind of cover those curves. That would be so nice. A wrap skirt that is midi length and a little bit of like an A-line with some flow. Maybe with a slit could be nice, with some boots, yes. For a midi length velvet skirt would look really good, because that velvet is that softness around those curves on your hips and stuff, and it's a little heavier for a fall, maybe even winter. Midi dresses with a little bit of flow and the waist defined, like a belted waist, and just a little bit of that, not over the top flow, just a bit. And if there's a longer sleeve dress and you don't have the flow on the arms with the softness, you could, and I strongly encourage this, to have it taper at the wrists. So it's like slightly puff around your arms and then tapers back at the wrists. That looks so good on soft naturals. So good, because you're always emphasizing the smallest parts of the limb and honoring the softness with just a bit of flow on top of it. Scarves will be your best friend. Use them to add like a little bit of flow, a little bit more of that relaxed vibe, especially if your outfit's just missing a bit of that. You can do it so that it becomes a wrap top. Like, there are millions of ways to do it, but scarves, scarves, scarves. Wrap style jackets and those waterfall jackets, they look so good on soft naturals. It just mimics their flowy, soft body. Or coats and jackets that have like a rounded collar and rounded, like no shoulder pads at all, and just a bit more softness with the belt. Like, ensure that there's always a belt. But there's a waist, there's a belt, there's a way. And that is it. That is part 1 of part 2 of the fall outfits for every single body type. Let me know down below if one of these is you, and if you have any questions about your body type, or if you're having troubles trying to figure out your body type, your essence, your coloring. I offer so many services. All my information is down below in the links. You could also just email me. More to come on the fall series, so just you wait. I cannot wait myself. I hope you all have a beautiful and fall-like day if you can. Bye.